Oh my God, welcome back to another RSG Lunch Hour. I'm Ranger J 1999. Sweet Jesus and baby Jesus, we're back. Better than ever. Well, I don't know about better than ever, but we are back. And we're here to just basically be idiots for the next hour, give you something wonderful to listen to during your lunch stream. During your lunch, we're doing the lunch stream. That would be kind of productive to say that. But welcome everybody. If you're new to the channel, hey, welcome. If it's your first time, welcome. And for all you long-time viewers, glad to have you back. We've got everybody here. And what's the lunch stream? Well, we just hang out for you good folks for the next hour, give you something to listen to while you're eating your lunch, and talk about the game and this series that we love the most, Star Wars and Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. But I brought a whole bunch of people with me today, so it should be entertaining. I don't know about as entertaining as yesterday, but poor Grande. But nonetheless, we move on. We push forward, even though we don't have the big deal with us today. You never know; he might show up. It could happen. We've got Dr. Finn Medicine Woman here.
Yeah, I don't feel as much of a big deal today.
Yeah, I don't either. We've got the non-apprentice Saintly Red, the Ginger Ninja, as he's liking to call himself. Still not working for me.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
isn't that what we called Enfys?
Huh?
Enfys was the Ginger Ninja based on the Twitter poll.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true. You can't be. She can't be it, and you can't be it either. So you know, we have to rethink this.
There can only be one.
That's right.
How about you? Okay, how about we call you the Red Kenobi?
Red Kenobi.
I want to call you the Red Kenobi.
What, does that make you the Brown Kenobi, Finn? I mean, that's just racist.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
All right, I am the Brown Kenobi.
You're brown something. I wouldn't call you Kenobi. Also joining us is Grim the Mechanic.
Yeah, I'm also not a big deal.
Okay.
You're a forklift.
Oh, that's true. Also joining us is the Stunner Jedi Xylo.
I'm kind of a big deal, but Grande's bigger.
Yeah, no, nothing compares. Also joining us from across the pond is the one and only Mike Hunt.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there. And he does have his daughters around in the vicinity, so we must be very careful with how we proceed moving forward. You never know when a couple F-bombs will come out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to be very careful. Also joining us is the lovely Dana Descent, who's here with us again today.
Yay, hi.
Hi, Dana.
And I'm kind of a big deal myself.
You are. And you guys got your stream tonight, the Angel stream.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And she just can't hide it.
Yeah.
And that'll be on 8 p.m. Eastern on the channel tonight, so please check that out. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I will not be hosting that or doing anything. Will be sitting back because my back is out and I'm on muscle relaxers and all kinds of pain meds, and I think I drank a half a bottle of my last whiskey, which I will not be able to buy any more whiskey until the 21st. So, unless my government money comes in, but that's not going to happen because the government hates vets. And who else we got? We got Dana. I think I got. We got, of course, we got my boy Vincelli from Battlefront 2 and Galaxy Heroes here.
What's up?
What's up? You're kind of a big deal. Yeah, you've been to.
I wouldn't say I'm a big deal. I'll be a big deal once Tits acknowledges my existence.
That's true, but when you keep spamming Voltron images to her, that doesn't help your case.
Yeah, until I exist in her world, I'm not a big deal.
Yeah, I was like, when you get on, like, who's that? What do you mean, Tits?
And then I just stop commenting for the night. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. All right, so we're going to do the same nonsense we do all the time. It's Friday. Is there anything special we got today, Finn, other than roster reviews?
Nope, it's a double roster review day.
Oh, it's a double roster review day. Wow. And we're happy to pick up the slack because Grande keeps, casting checks for our asses that his ass ain't handling. So we stand before you, broken and bitter men and women, as we have to do more roster reviews. But we're glad to do it. We do enjoy doing it. And today we've got our first roster review. Todd DM27 from the 63rd Wolfpack Legion. Wait a minute, isn't that T-Money's Guild?
No.
Oh, thank God.
It is Todd Mayot, and
Wolfpack.
he is on the Skype with us.
Yay, Todd, what's going on, brother?
Not much. What's going on?
Let's see, if you were in the Wolfpack with T-Money, I was going to end this conversation right now.
No, I'm in a different Wolfpack.
Oh, thank God. Okay. There's only so much I can handle. And what are we looking to do for your roster? It's kind of nice when we have the actual person here that we can get some feedback and stuff from and can kind of delve into their head. What are you looking for, my friend?
Just some general information on Arena. I'm stuck in fleets now. I was hitting number 1 every day, and now I'm down to 100 and something. I can't climb back up. So maybe some fleet advice.
Fleet advice, okay. And then looks like you're doing pretty decent on PvP.
Gear 12 priority, because I was doing what you said and bringing as many teams as I could to Gear 11. Now I think it's time to start bringing them up to 12.
I like that thinking. So, Arena, you look like you're doing all right. You got Emphas Nest in there. I think we were kind of talking about this earlier. You're doing really well with this team.
Well, I have a question real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Stoner.
What hard nodes are you doing?
Right now I'm farming Scion and Holdo.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay.
I just Wicket and Talzin, so I'm done with them.
Nice.
Yeah, those Zetas
very nice. Those
really
Zetas will be useful. Yes, they will be. All right, let's look here. So let's just look overall. Someone look at mods. I will look at the general overall view of your characters. If it'll pull up. If GG will cooperate.
Wow. He's got some nice mods.
Yeah. One more question. Sorry, excuse me 1 second.
The answer is no, you can't tap his account.
No, that's all right.
Sorry, my next question was, what are you spending your guild event currency on?
I'm buying Hermit Yoda.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, I seen you got them unlocked, so you're planning on taking the 7 stars, then Wampa, yeah?
Yeah, I go 7s. I don't stop on a character until they're 7-star. I don't like to alternate.
That's perfect,
That's
brother.
the right
You sound like you're on perfect. On target right there.
All right, let's look at your teams overall. So,
how are you modding, Todd?
I try to get the sets the best I can. Mainly, I look for speed. Speed sets is what I farm the most.
Okay, so I'm just looking at a lot of this is minor tweaking. For the most part, your mods are on the correct characters. I see maybe a couple of things, and I don't know where you're using them. Like, for example, you have a 19 speed secondary on your Poe. I don't know if you're using your Poe a lot. That may be better on somebody on your Arena team, for example.
I use Poe for territory wars, and even where he's at now, believe it or not, I have trouble taking teams down with my Finn-led team, even with post speed where it's at now.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's if you're focusing a little bit more on territory wars, that's perfectly fine. It looks like you're modding with a purpose. So I don't really have too much issue with the way that you're modding. Little things that you may want to consider. Now, this is obviously kind of like higher end tweaking stuff for those of you that are listening. So a lot of times we go over just the basic how to get the speed up on your character so you can compete in arena and those kind of things. The next step, once you're at that point, is to try and figure out how to maximize each character under the team that it's in. So I'm assuming that a lot of times you're running Han Solo under a CLS team, right?
No, I run my JTR squad.
With Han Solo? No, I'm asking, how do you run Han Solo?
Oh, I run him with, usually it was with JTR, but lately I pulled him out of the team for Thrawn, and then I pulled GK out for Nest.
Okay. So one of the things you could potentially do if you're not running Han Solo under JTR. So Han Solo is one of those characters that you can mod one of two ways. One is either with really high speed, so he goes more often. And that is something you could do when you're running him under a JTR team. Another potential is that you run him with a lot of flat offense. So plus offense secondaries, not so much concerning about speed. Now for that, you want to run him under a CLS lead. So he gets, I think it's an 85% chance to counter whenever he's hit. And so the team that you're facing is going to trigger him to not only attack, but if you increase his offense and then you keep up your crit damage like you have on him, I see that you didn't get a crit damage triangle on him. So that's something you do want to try and add on him instead of the offense.
I recently pulled that for someone else. I did have one on him.
Okay. So in that case, since he normally does have it, you would have maxed out crit damage. And the other thing you can then do is try to increase his flat plus offense. I'm looking at your flat offense mods right now, and you have some pretty decent ones actually, kind of scattered around. Have you look? It doesn't look like you've maybe looked at plus offense mods when you're modding. Would that be fair?
No, I don't. I look for speed.
Okay, so plus offense is kind of the next step once you're beyond speed, right? So speed is the first step in terms of getting your team kind of competitive. The next thing, and this is pretty much either like a second best stat to look at in terms of secondary, is plus offense. And this is just plus flat offense. So when you get you have one, like for example, on your resistance pilot that has plus 136 flat offense. So when you put that mod onto a character, let's say like Han, right? Han on his basic has a modifier of 1.8, which means that your plus 135 plus offense is actually going to translate to close to about 210, I think, additional damage. And that's just off a basic. Then you multiply that by the critical damage factor, and you get almost like 300 extra damage based on that one single mod that you're going to be putting on him. So if you increase Han Solo's physical damage stat, which is just by adding the flat offense stat, you're actually going to increase his damage by quite a bit. And if you then use his Never Tell Me the Odds buff, right, which gives him another 50% critical damage up, then you actually will increase his damage even further. And I can tell you a lot of people are looking for counters to Traya teams right now. My Han Solo has, I think, plus 900 something physical damage on him. And with that buff, with the Never Tell Me the Odds buff, he can basically two-shot a 6-star maxed out Traya. So you can still beat Traya teams with a CLS team. You just need to kind of refocus the way Han was. My Han was previously focused on speed. If you switch him to plus offense, he is a menace to deal with, especially when you give him that buff. So maybe something to consider if you're trying to kind of tweak these teams a little bit and you're not putting Han in your Jedi Training Ray team. Han Solo with plus offense does a lot of damage. And of course, it helped with phase 3 of the Heroic Sith Ray.
Yeah, I was thinking about remodding him. I had originally an offense set on him, but I pulled it for the crit damage set because that was benefiting me better.
Mm-hmm. And then that's the better call, especially if you're looking at phase 3. Was that because of phase 3 Heroic Sith Raid or just in general?
Just in general, I just wanted him to hit harder, and it didn't seem like the offense set was giving me what I wanted.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're always, especially with Han, you are definitely better off with the crit damage set over the offense. Actually, all of the characters, and I'm going to just reference the phase 3 because that's usually when the offense set really comes into play. All of the characters that you're using in phase 3 of Heroic Sith Raid, so the Chex Mix team, so CLS, Chirrut, even Pow, Jedi Knight Anakin, all of those characters, Death Trooper, they benefit, well, Death Trooper's a little bit different, so I'll exclude him. But the other 3, the Rebels, they benefit more from critical damage than they do offense generally. But for that particular phase, you want offense set on them because you're trying to maximize your physical damage stat, so it gets transferred over to Han when he stands alone. So that's one of those scenarios where even though their critical damage or critical chance for the most part will be over 40%, which is kind of that cutoff in terms of whether or not to do crit damage versus offense. For phase 3, you want offense set because it maximizes their physical damage to transfer. But otherwise, critical damage, especially for those attacking characters, usually will be better.
That's science. All right, look at your team. So First Order looks really solid. Are you planning on doing anything with First Order Stormtrooper?
I haven't been using them in my team because I use that team in the Sith Raid, and I find the combo with Special Forces constantly calling First Order Executioner to bonus attack all the time just gives you that much more damage.
What about Territory Wars?
Territory Wars, I just stick the team, was it Unmasked, regular OG Kylo, Executioner, Special Forces TIE Fighter, and the Officer in for defense.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I don't have the Carbantes to gear up the Stormtrooper right now.
That's fine. It's something to consider. I mean, I find it he's pretty disgusting on defense and stuff. So
yeah, I have an alt account. Have him gear 11 and zated on that account, so it definitely does help what he can do. But
I know
just
those
didn't have
Carbontes are a
Carbontes
nightmare.
put
Yes,
into
trust
him.
me. Yes,
If I can offer a little bit of advice on the carbs, I like to sit on a good 100 carbs and focus on one character.
We're not dieting, Center Jedi. Oh, you mean Carbontes?
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you're looking, you know, you're gonna need Carbones for so many characters in the game, right? And your stun guns and blah 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 blah. Save up a good 50 to 100 of them and sit on a full one until you really know what you want to put it on, of course, and then that way you can start to accumulate a second Carbonte as well.
Yeah, I geared up the teams I wanted to gear up, and then my next focus was just gearing up random characters that I wanted to get to 11, like Fulcrum, Ahsoka Tano, and I geared up. Was it Vet Han? I got him to gear 11. I was working on Vet Chewie for his gear 11, but I just need to start getting some characters to gear 12. So I was working on the Geonosians. So,
well, you got a lot of gear 11.
Yeah, Sun Fact needs a ton of Carbontes too.
All right, look at it. Your Night Sisters. Night Sisters look pretty solid. Actually, look real solid. Are you farming Night Sisters zombie at all?
Yeah, I'm farming zombie here and there. Okay. Right now, I'm trying to get whole. I try to prioritize 2 characters on hard nodes, so that way I can still get some of the gear I need for the characters I'm working on.
True.
So right now, I'm working on Asajj Ventress's gear 12.
Yeah.
2 pieces of.
Gotcha. Look here.
I have almost 2 Zetas ready to go. I was thinking about doing Ray's Insight next, and then doing it was either going to be Asajj's second or Mother Talzin's unique.
Is Veer's Zeta done?
Yes.
Okay, so your trooper team looks really, really solid. I mean, which team are you focusing on getting to Gear 12 first? Let's talk about that, because it looks like from what I'm seeing from your roster, you've got a ton of characters that are Gear 11, right? So let's talk about how we're going to attack this. Who do you want to prioritize for finishing Gear 12 first? First Order, Night Sisters, Troopers, what are you looking to do?
I want to get the teams for the Sith Raid Gear 12. I want to get my try and get my guild ready for Heroic Sith. Right now we're doing the Tier 5s, and with the influx of GTR coming back in this week, hoping to start moving up a little higher.
Right.
Well, I'd say, you know, Night Sisters for Phase 4 is more pivotal than JTR because you only need like 20, 25 JTRs with certain damage output to get through Phase 1, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have like, say, 4 or 5 good rosters of Night Sisters, you know, there's that one video, for example, with the Night Sisters completely soloing Nihilus in Phase 4. So if you get Night Sisters going and you can figure out how to work them in Phase 4, you know, Asajj would be not only a great Zeta for you next, but you'll be one of the top 5 contributors in your Sith Raid every time around with that damage output, man. It's crazy. I just finished Zombie recently myself, and, you know, I'm still working on figuring out the mechanics, but it will give you so much damage.
Yeah, I'm working on, the thing is that I made a boo-boo when I brought Zombie to Gear 8.
It's okay.
Well, that's fine, yeah.
Oh, snap.
As long as she's dying and she's taking the isolate and she's the main target most of the time, other than when you have to use the buff for Nihilus, the Unbreakable Will. If you keep Zombie the main target, regardless of the gear, you'll still get great damage output, and the main concept is the turn meter reduction on Nihilus. So as long as you keep reducing his turn meter and, you know, get as much damage as you can before he starts stacking that speed back up again, that's all you got to worry about. The Zombie being at Gear 8 is just fine where it's at.
Yeah, I won't put her any higher.
Well, I have mine at Gear 11 because I went strong Zombie for Arena and everything.
Yeah.
And even with a misstep towards the end of my attack, I probably could have got another like 5-6% out of it, if not more. I managed to get 16% in phase 4 with my Night Sisters on Nihilus. Overall, it was a little bit more because you get the damage on Scion once you start to spread that plague. But on Nihilus himself, I got about 16% and probably could have got about 5-6% more if the run had continued. So you even with a strong zombie, you can do quite a bit of damage. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of not gearing a character all the way up. I mean, that's why they were put the gear on him. So I mean, I was never a fan of leaving zombie weak to begin with, but seeing the numbers that people are getting out of Asajj with a weak zombie just makes me wish I left her at gear 6.
I do too, but I love my strong zombie. I have to say, she's really fun at strong because she can take a lot of hits. She has one big flaw, which is Thrawn. Once she gets fractured in like arena or something, it becomes a problem. But outside of that, she is really, really good, especially if you can put a lot of speed on her. She's really fun to play at strong. So
and also, sorry, go ahead, Finn.
No, that was it.
Also, one more thing you can do to help with the squishiness, like since she's already gear 8, you can take the mods off her, and it'll take those bonus stats away to make her a little more squishy. That's the only benefit you can do at gear 8, because like for me, I had all health mods on her, right? And her stats were over 10k on health and protection. You know, I took all those mods off, and her health went under the 10k, and that's what matters the most, is that she dies in 1 or 2 hits at most.
Yeah, I just want to get the speed up, and that's hard to get her fast without the mods.
Right. You can put the speed arrow on her, just don't put any like health, protection, or any extra statistics that'll give her more survivability in a sense.
That's science. And then now
guess what? The big deal has joined the call.
Oh God!
Hey, bow down.
Hey, how's it going?
Granny, in your life today, being the big deal that you are, how goes it?
So, I'm really a simple person.
You sound tired. Is the way to be the big deal really starting to wear you down, Grande?
No, I'm a really simple person. Let me tell you how simple I am. I'm so simple that my wife says the easiest way to win an argument with me is just to let me go to sleep, and then when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, forgot why I was mad the day before. Like this is like I'm like a child like this, right? I mean, it's okay. It's a blessing and a curse together, right? This morning I woke up pissed off about something that I was pissed off about yesterday, which is very unusual for me because normally I freaking forget. So I'm having a moment. So I mean, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
You need a hug.
But I either need a hug or I need to drink more beer, or I just need to figure out how to not care, something like that. But one of those things needs to happen.
Do I know what you're talking about, Grande?
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
we got you, Grande. We're always here for you, bro.
That's right.
Just take a few Rangers muscle relaxers. You'll be fine.
Yeah, man. You're on there.
You know I'm good on the greenery, brother.
But they're not as effective if they're more effective if you're not in pain. So I'm in pain, so they only numb the pain. So I'm still normal. So I think if
like that Johnny Cash song?
Yeah.
You're like a Johnny Cash song.
No.
The Ring of Fire.
All right, so any other questions, Todd?
No, that's pretty good.
Okay. And you know that you could always ask us on the Discord if you have any additional questions.
Great roster too, by the way,
yeah,
brother.
It's really, really good. It really is. I mean,
now let's go to the other end of spectrums.
Yeah. So the next one we're doing is
my son a shout out real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
He's the reason why I played a game. I caught him sneaking it around me, and I says, "Hey, what are you playing?" He's like, "I'm not telling you." So he started the guild that we're in, and he's a good leader. And I want to say thank you to my son Manfred and give him a shout out.
Word? See?
Awesome.
Bringing families together since 1922. RSG.
Oh, God.
All right. So now to the other end of the spectrum. We have a troll roster.
Yeah. I don't know why we're even doing this. I mean,
Darth Hideous.
Did I misspeak his name?
It's Darth Hideous.
The hell is this shit?
Yeah, he's an Alliance DF. Look at this crap. I mean, I would just quit playing the game, honestly, Darth Hideous. I mean, let's just look. I mean, look at his PvP roster. His current rank's 101. This is unacceptable, Darth Hideous.
Okay, so he wants to know where he should go from his roster, just kind of a general thing. He doesn't know where to move forward, and then also taking a look at his mods. what mods should he be farming, that kind of stuff.
Well, let's look at his mods. Someone look at his mods. I'll start looking at his characters.
He's got a 5-dot health cross that's level 6 with plus 11 speed.
That's
on
unacceptable.
Asajj.
That's unacceptable.
Spend the credits. Get it up there.
He's also got a 5-dot crit damage mod that's only level 9 with plus 11 speed.
Oh my god.
I have a lot of those too.
Yeah, but you took him up to level 15 at least, right?
No, I still have quite a few. I have probably like 3 somewhere between between plus 10 and plus 14 speed mods.
Why?
That are not level 15. Because you level them up in order to see where the speed is going to be.
What's wrong with you, Finn? Just finish them off, man. What's wrong with you?
Because I'm going to end up putting them on ancillary characters, so I'm modding them slowly and leveling up the mods. I don't have credit.
This is why we can't have nice things, people.
This is why we don't listen to Finn when it comes to mods. Christ.
I got like 20 mods in my inventory the same way.
All right,
bring them the highs I need to spin the speed and shut it down.
Hey. Don't encourage them.
Yeah, don't do that. We blame Finn here. We blame that guy.
Luckily, Grande was DC'd for this conversation. Otherwise, he'd be ripping Finn a new one.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, my wife called on the other line. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm looking at his teams. So
Yep.
I'm looking at his teams. I mean, look at this garbage on first order. Just he only has 2 characters gear 9. The rest are only gear 8. I mean, he doesn't have first order stormtrooper gear 7 stars. What the hell?
Bad.
This is bad. Okay.
So I'm wondering where his guild is in terms of progress. So it looks like they're 106. So they're probably not heroic, but he'll probably want to start heroic soon.
Mm-hmm.
How are his
gear 9 Boba Fett?
I think he got the veterans, if I remember correctly. I think he got Jedi Training Ray, right?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he unlocked it this time. So
it's about that time.
So she should definitely be a focus. Looking at his resistance, Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2 he already has, which is good. And Resistance Trooper, he only has a 5-star. So I would start working on Resistance Trooper. You do have Scavenger Ray. You can use Scavenger Ray. I personally like Resistance Trooper better.
Yeah,
Scavenger Ray works just as well for phase 1. So you want focus on Scavenger Ray, get her to gear 12, Jedi Training Ray to gear 12. BB-8 to gear 12, so you can get the multi-tool on him. That'll help you in phase 1.
I'm getting a sound of somebody's mic like shorting out or something and popping.
It's probably mine.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
I just went to Night Sisters. What the hell? Oh my god.
Yeah, he has not focused on
his JTR is only gear 7.
Yeah, he only unlocked
it. Yeah.
So Night Sisters is definitely a team he can work on. How are his Imperial Troopers?
Let's go there next.
Real quick, while we're in between the factions, we got a lot of gear 12, 5-star gear 7 Hermit Yoda, and no Wampa.
You know what? I'm done. After hearing that, I'm done with this roster review. I can't do it anymore.
Got a lot of shiny, but you're missing 2 of the best tunes in the game. Just saying.
Free to play, you don't need to
Death
gear
Trooper.
12. Just so you know, free to play, you don't need to gear 12.
Or 11, or 10, or 9, or 8.
He is free. He is free to play. So we gotta realize how he's decided to play the game is a little bit different than the rest.
Well,
of
he's made a poor choice. He should spend
He's
millions
got a
of
lot
dollars.
of good gear. He's just also like, for example, he's got Veteran Han at gear 11.
All right, Darfidis, you need to start spending $100 a week on this game. This is just ridiculous.
You got to go buy all the new solo tune packs, and you got to spend at least $100 on crystals. I mean, we're in the hole, dude.
He does not have Veteran Han at gear 11.
Loads can be sourced from Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
This was not a commercial.
All right, so we've trolled him enough. Let's be serious. Okay, I think he's gotten a taste of his own medicine. Honestly, he's got some stuff working. So he's got the first order team, he's got trooper teams, but it's like little pieces here and there that need to be fixed, right? So kind of the same thing we told a lot of other people, Hideous, is that really what you need to do is pick a team and focus on it. So if you're going to pick First Order, finish them up completely. Stars, gear 11, right? You saw what Todd had done, where he had all those characters at gear 11, right? It gives you a lot of flexibility. So I think your first priority is picking. You just unlock JTR. Let's finish. Let's get to Zetas on JTR, the Elisa leadership, and roll punches on BB-8. Is that who's in the wind tunnel?
That's Grande.
Right.
Oh, Grande, mute yourself.
He's muted.
Oh man.
And then if you have something to say,
I'm glad
Grande,
you're muted, Dobby.
There you go. Okay, see, when you have something to say, just say it, and then when you're not, then just mute yourself. So we don't get the hurricane in the ears. Yeah, looking at your roster, it seems like you just need to start picking a team, finishing them up, get them to level 85, 7 stars, gear 11, finish those. Like for instance, if you're going to do troopers, get the Zeta on Veers, get them to 7 stars, right? Your 6 stars right now is gear 9. And then once you get them to gear 11 with that Zeta, then you're done with troopers for now. Then go work on another team, so you can go back and work on your First Order team. Priority should be first your JTR. You just got her undone. Get her taken care of. Get BB-8 taken care of. Get your resistance rock and rolling. Then do First Order. Then do troopers. It's a cascading effect.
You would do First Order first?
He could. I'm just saying whichever way he wants to play it. I mean, if he wants to do troopers first, he can.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say
I'd say
arena. I'm gonna have to say a big negative. We need to get back to basics, which is arena and ship's arena.
He has his arena squad though.
Well, yeah,
he has Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, Nihilus, and Scion. So that may be a mod issue.
But yeah, what are
and
the
it
mods
looks like
looking
he is working on Scion because it's at 4-star.
Good.
Yeah, in terms of factions, I mean, First Order is really good, don't get me wrong, but I think I would focus more on either Imperial Troopers, because you have probe droid shards that you can get from it with regards to Darkseid, as well as using the raid, or Night Sisters, and then work on Talzin, because there are Zetas associated with that, and it helps you with the Sith raid as well. I think those
his
two
Night
are better.
Sisters.
We already looked. I couldn't look at it. It made me cry.
Yeah, no, his Night Sisters are definitely lacking. So one of those two, I think, would be his best next one.
Even Dana was so upset she had to.
I know. I was looking through it before we started, and I made some notes, and I put Night Sisters, and next to it I put Boo.
What other notes?
Dana,
what other notes did you make? I'm kind of curious now. What other notes you made?
Okay, so for troopers, Veers needs gear. He also needs to get to 7-star, and Death Trooper taken from 5 to 7. Gear for Jedi Training Rey, and then working on Resistance Trooper or Pilot, and also maybe Chirrut, take his gear up.
All of those are solid.
His mods on his arena team aren't that bad. He definitely needs to try and start getting speed sets.
Yep.
But other than that, pretty much his whole team are in the 220s.
He should be able to get speed sets now that he has Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I think that's your next step.
Yeah.
Is farming speed set. I think your main thing, Hideous, you have a lot of good speed secondaries. You just don't have a lot of them on speed sets. Once you get them on speed sets, you're going to gain about 10 to 15 speed on all of your characters, and that's going to make a big difference for you. I mean, overall, his roster is actually pretty good, despite us trolling.
Yeah, for free to play, he's doing pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so Resistance, then either Imperial Troopers or Night Sisters next, then the other one, then you can go First Order. First Order is solid also to have, and I think that puts you on the right track. You can focus on some of the individual characters like Chirrut, Death Trooper ahead of time, like Dana had mentioned, and then speed set mods. Those would be what you need.
Yeah, my honest opinion is he's closer to finishing his Imperial Troopers than he is to Night Sisters. So it'd be better. It would be in his best interest to finish Imperial Troopers and then go on to Night Sisters.
Agreed. But farm the Mother Talzin hard node. Start that now. You can gear
it,
your
do
Night
it
Sisters
now.
and everything later, but start farming the. Where's his Wicket too? Wicket is 4-star. You'll probably want to start farming that hard node too. Farm the Wicket hard node and farm the Towson node every day. You don't need to focus on much other. You don't need to really worry about your Ewoks too much. I mean, eventually, once you get your Wicket to 7-star, you're going to need to beat that first tier. You should be actually working on your Ewoks so you can beat that first tier. You need gear 8 on those characters pretty much, and then you can do it with a little bit of RNG, so it may take you a few attempts. But you should work on your Ewoks a little bit so you can get those Wicket shards every time that event comes up, because your Wicket is falling behind, and there are Zetas at stake with it. Level 85, gear 8. You don't need to go beyond that. The team that I use is Teebo, Ewok Elder, Wicket, Logray, and Chirpa. Your Scout is there. You could easily use Scout instead of Chirpa if you're using a Teebo lead, or you can use Scout instead of Teebo if you want to use a Chirpa lead. Your Chirpa isn't ready, so you're probably going to use Teebo, Elder, Scout, Wicket, Logray. So work on your Logray a little bit, get his star up a little bit if you can. But I think you should focus a little bit on your Ewok so you're not missing out on those Wicket shards every time the Ewok event comes around. Because you do want to increase your Wicket to 7-star for those Zetas.
Yeah, I'm working on that Wicked little bastard right now, and it hurts me to farm Finn, but I'm doing it.
He's adorable.
Okay, if you say so.
He is.
No. All right. Is there anything else we need to look at for this roster? You're on the right path. I think as a free to play, you're on the right path. Stay focused. Pick a team. Finish it up. Just one at a time. So for hard nodes, Towers, and Wicket's got to be part of your farming. You need to get Death Trooper up. I think since you've got JTR done and you're good to go there. So start working on Death Trooper along with farming speed mods as well. You can do any kind of combination you think is necessary. And then you also need to worry about first gearing up JTR, BB-8, get that team rock and rolling, then work your way down. Make sure you check your mods on your arena team, because I think when you start farming those speed mods, that's really going to help it with your arena team. So, and if you have any problems with that, Hideous, then you know where to go. Just come check us out. Say, am I doing this right? Is this the right mods? What do you think about this set here? We can help you out with that. That's what we live for. Anything else?
I mean, just looking. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say he's got a really nice roster for what he's aiming at, and just take the notes what you got today and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Yeah. Start from there, and then once you reach a certain point, if you need more, then just hit us up, and then we'll tell you what to do next. But that's what we recommend. Now, you can do whatever you want. You can be like Van Sil and just farm nothing with Dark Side, but...
Well, Imperial Troopers and Night Sister are Dark Side.
Yeah. So... but he won't even do JTR. I was like, no!
Like, yeah, that's right.
Like, oh my god.
But in terms of Imperial Troopers versus Night Sisters, I was just looking at it again. You may want to boost up your Night Sisters at least minimally, so you can complete the tier 1 of the Towson event too. Same thing with Wicked. You may want to at least just get your Night Sisters up minimally to like gear 8, except for your Zombie. Your Zombie is nice and low, which is good. Keep your Zombie there. Work on Talia, Ventress, Daka, your Towson. Try to get some of your Night Sisters up so you can beat that event, the tier 1, so you can get Mother Towson shards, and then you can go and finish your Troopers first, because your Troopers are closer to being done than your Night Sisters. But you do want to finish that event as well. It's basically free shards that you're missing when you're not completing that. And so it's 10 shards each time, right? So they do add up. If you were free to play, if you were able to get her the first time, just those shards, without having to make any other purchases, you would be at 7-star. So start getting those up, because you don't want to miss out on the free shards that you can get.
And a benefit to both teams with the Imperial Troopers and the Night Sisters, one Zeta on those teams like Veer's Unique and Asajj's leadership will help boost the gear 8 even. Just throw some good mods on them, and you'll be able to at least complete those events so you can start farming those shards, and you want to get IPD2 as well, so keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Now it's time for some questions.
Camille Buhalski, question: after ultimate painful Nightmare Vet Farm. Who should I farm next in Cantina? I've been only farming event tunes there so far.
Man, I'm seriously going to have to get used to your voice again, Sanely.
It's
like all
crisp and clear.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It knows it too. He's like, ooh, new mic.
Who's a stranger?
What? You didn't give choices, right?
No.
So it's hard to say what he should farm without knowing what else he has. Let me see. I think we did a roster review for him, so we can bring up his. Go to the next question. I'll bring up. Let me see if I can find his GG link, and then we can look at it and give him an idea.
Oh, can I chime something real quick too before the next?
Yeah,
question?
go for it.
What I did, me personally, once those 16 energy cantina nodes started popping up, I just started from the top and picked the hardest nodes to grind and worked my way down, and it made the grind seem a little less difficult as you were spending less energy and like drop like Crew, for example. When Crew hit his 10 energy node, oh man, I spent my 300 crystals a day hitting that and finished Crew in like a week. So I mean, once you do all the 16 nodes, if you're trying to collect all the characters or but whatever you're trying to do, start from the top of the harder nodes and make it easier on yourself as you go and you're farming through Cantina.
Okay, so I put his GG page on there. It was Camile Buhosky, right?
Correct.
So what did he say about the veterans? Because it's still showing that it's 5-star and 4-star for his vets.
He says after he's done with that.
Okay, so he's working on them right now. Got it.
Correct.
So after there may be new characters that are popping up as well. So we never know what's going to come up later on. But he doesn't have Death Trooper. He does have Crew at 7-star already, to what Zylo was saying. So he has Crew.
So Death Trooper is like the only one
masked Kylo as well at 7-star. So he's good on first order. He doesn't have Death Trooper. What other characters is he kind of missing? Death Trooper's the one that stands out the most to me that he's missing. I think I would go Death Trooper next. How are the rest
and then sorry, Finn. After Death Trooper, he doesn't have Barris. Barris is an easy node. Plus, you have the reinforcement mats on Barris node too, so you get 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
Yeah, good call on that one. He's still working on getting a bunch of 7-star resistance. So his R2 is 7-star, which is good. His Scavenger Ray is 7-star, level 75 gear 5 though. Finn is 6-star, level 70 gear 6. Poe is level 50, 6-star gear 4. You'll want to work on your resistance so that you can get the speed mod challenge done. If nothing else, I'm sure you've heard speed mod challenge is really important when you're trying to do your mods because you do want to get that extra bonus of 10 to 15 speed. It makes a difference. So work on your resistance and getting them to 7-star. It looks like is he going to get BB-8 this time? Where's all of his first order? Yeah, he should be able to get BB-8 this time if he hasn't already. So you'll have 5 resistance potentially with Finn, Poe, Ray, R2, and BB-8. So you should be able to complete that speed challenge. So make sure you work on your Finn and Poe. They're not going to be Cantina. Well, Finn is Cantina, but I don't know if you're farming the vets from there, you'll want to make sure you get Finn from the guild store. Poe is going to be from the Cantina store itself. But just make sure that you're working on your resistance as well so you can do that speed mod challenge.
Yeah. Poe also shows up in the fleet store as well.
Yeah. So from top
and
to
in
bottom,
the guild store.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy him from either of those, honestly. He's from the Cantina store. You can get him enough there. I would use your fleet on something else. He doesn't have Chirrut, right? I think his
I was just saying if he really wants to get him up quickly, he's got 3 places to farm him from.
Yeah.
That and from top to bottom, you got 3 really good tunes that are going to take you a little while. Just starting from top to bottom, Death Trooper, Barris, and Finn. Between those 3, that's plenty to do in Cantina for a few weeks for you.
All right, next question.
DSP. Question for Territory Wars, Zeta Barris or Talzin Unique?
Talzin Unique.
Yeah, Talzin. Turn meter in the Sith Raid plus Territory Wars, Territory Battles. You get way more out of that than Barris, if you ask me. I don't have Zeta Barris. I have Plague Bearer, and you notice it a lot. 35% turn meter doesn't sound like a lot. It really is.
I'm going to cop out and say it depends on what your guild does.
That's, it's right. 35% turn meter per enemy that gets reduced. So
on both sides,
yeah. That's a great she'll go really quick to 100% turn meter very quickly.
Yeah, like I run her on Arena with the Rex Mother Wampa team. As soon as, she starts spreading plague and, 2 or 3 tunes on the other team hit half health all at once, she's getting 100% turn meter. Boom. She goes and just keeps spreading plague again and again and again, and I don't even lose any protection half the time.
Yeah, the only caveat I make is that if you're in a division that faces a lot of CLS teams on defense, you'll want Barris. GK Barris plus whatever other 3 tunes ends up being a great combo to beat that team really, really easy. Because remember, Territory Wars is essentially a game of counters. You're trying to figure out where you're countering these things. If you're running Night Sisters to beat Jedi Training Raid teams, honestly, you don't need the Zeta on Talzin. Night Sisters are just a really good matchup against Jedi Training Raid, as long as you're semi-equivalent in your mods. Obviously, if the Jedi Training Raid team has a lot more mods, they'll kill your zombie early and then kill somebody off, and then you can kind of get screwed on your team entirely. But if your mods are somewhat equivalent to who you're fighting, then Night Sisters have a big advantage even without that Plague Bearer Zeta. If your guild is putting Night Sisters on defense, Plague Bearer is going to be a major help for you. If your guild is using them on offense, it depends on whether or not you're facing Jedi Training Raid teams and if you're having any difficulty. Same thing with Barris. Barris you could put on defense. More often than not, it's an offensive team that you put with GK in order to try and fight those CLS teams. If you do see a lot of CLS, then Barris is going to be your better Zeta. So it just kind of depends on what you're facing, because every Territory War division is different in terms of what they're putting on defense and what they're using for offense. So you'll want to kind of see what you're using more. But in terms of overall use, I think both of them are pretty good. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, Territory Wars is such a different aspect, and not a lot of people will jump on Zeta Barris right away. But if I had an extra 20 to Zetas to put on her, I would. It's just I always like going for damage output as opposed to survivability when I'm playing. So that's just my input on it. But again, both Zetas, like Finn said, are great, and it's all about your gameplay.
Mr. Pennypinch, question. I got my JTR to 238 speed. Is that a good speed? And my BB-8 is at 268.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really fast.
That's really good.
Here's the one thing. Whatever speed it looks like now could look good. Depends on your arena.
Yeah, but even then, that's...
I'd say no. More speed. More speed.
Yeah. I mean, those are good speeds to have. It's probably the minimums at least that you need in order to run them in arena or something. But if you're comparing an arena, it's never going to be an absolute scale that you have to reach a particular number in order for you to be okay. It's a matter of what everybody else on your arena shard faces and what you need in order to compete. So it's hard to say for sure. 260 is a good number. You're not at the point where we're going to say you're too low in order to even compete, but it depends on your arena to see whether or not you're competitive.
DSP, Battlefront 2 stream early today, Vancelian Ranger.
I'm down for it. V, is he even in here? No, he's not. I don't see V in here. He must left. Well, we'll try.
Ski Trooper, question around the corn, better starter Silencer or Imperial TIE Fighter? I switched to Silencer and find RNG a much smaller factor in my battles.
I'm still...
TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
I prefer a regular TIE Fighter. Once you can manage to get Silencer's reinforcement up to where he gets Afterburner, I mean, it's amazing. He'll come off the bench and instantly use his rocket and kill somebody. because it's the automatic double damage right off the bat.
That's right. Say, nah.
And if you're not running first order, silencer on the starting lineup isn't as good. You want those target locks if you're running a bigs. So Imperial Tri-Fighter does have an advantage if you're still running bigs. If you're running more first order, which I have seen, there's some pretty neat first order ship lineups. Silencer on the front line is fine. He has no target lock. He takes advantage of target lock. But to what Grim was saying, you really want to get that afterburner reinforcement up for Silencer, and he's really good off the bench in that case.
Yeah, and the one caveat to that is that the AI currently knows how to use TIE Fighter correctly, whereas it doesn't use TIE Silencer correctly. It will prioritize its rocket over its basic, whether it has advantage or not. So, yeah.
Camille Buhalski, question, I want to swap Tarkin and GK with Cyan and Nihilus. What gear level on them should be absolute minimum?
11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Otherwise, they're just too squishy.
Yep. Take it in the old proverbial pooper.
Thane Kyrell, question for Dana.
Oh.
If you had to fight your way through the RSG crew, what weapon would you choose between an E11, A280C, DL44, ELHFE, or SE44C? Also, who would you take out first and last, and why?
Oh,
gosh.
Not the best choice of weapons there, Dana. I mean, and you have to clarify which A280 are you using.
Well, all right. As far as the weapons go, I don't know which one I would choose.
Whichever one was closest.
Yeah, exactly. Whichever one was within my reach, and it would probably be on my hip already. Since that's normally where my gun is, or it's within like arm's reach of me. Who would I take out first? I'm gonna go with the big deal.
You have to.
Once he's out of the way, then.
But are you being up close and personal, or are you going sniper on his ass?
I'd probably be up close and personal.
Oh.
Yeah. Who would I take out last? I'd save Finn for last.
Yeah, that's an easy target. I mean, let's just be honest. Just put a stuffed Ewok somewhere and then wait for him to pick it up, and then, you know.
Bang!
Dana shot first. You heard it here.
Oh, my.
Putatila, Dana?
like, in fact, I was just on my way to shoot Finn.
Well,
where is Finn? Oh, he's in the corner hugging a porg.
It's like, I found it. It's mine. My precious. My precious.
All right, next question.
And the porg go down together.
Oh.
No, let the porg live.
All right, I'll take the porg back.
Okay.
And then she can give it to me, and I'll cook it over a fire for you.
You'll be dead. Remember, I'm last.
Tastes like chicken.
You'll be dead. I'm last. Remember, Ranger? You're gone.
Fried pork with hot sauce.
There you go. Little cajun seasoning.
All right, next question.
Stama Ozbuff. Question, next Zeta, JTR lead, Assange lead, or Veers lead?
JTR.
Veers is a unique. Yeah, JTR for sure.
Dana, do you concur or do you disagree?
I concur.
Okay. Just don't shoot us. I don't want to be shot in the ass with an E11. Not only would it hurt, but it would leave a giant burn hole. Laser.
Freaking lasers.
Next question.
Chrome Cobra. Question, anybody remember the struggle Ranger had with this event, and now he's got it on full auto?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was back when his Night Sisters sucked and he didn't gear them up.
Yeah, let's look at my Night Sisters now, shall we? Let's just
Mother Sister gear or Mother gear 12 with Plague Bear, Saj gear 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
see?
to go.
Look at all the beautiful Night Sisters done with the weak ass zombie. It's easy.
Hey, Ranger, can we trade zombies?
No.
Why not? Mine's gear 8. Come on.
Oh, if you put it that way, then no.
Mine's gear 6.
Oh.
Well, then I'll just trade with Grim.
Yeah, Grim's gonna give you the same answer. Not no, but hell no.
I have all the gear on it to go to gear 7, simply because I think there's one piece on there that gives her an extra 6 speed or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. The speed will help.
But
no.
Next question.
Abhaya Bassanyat. Question: what is the best team for Arena, which includes JTR and CLS?
JTR lead R2 BB8 CLS Kenobi, but it's not as viable anymore.
No, it's not.
Yeah, EP teams will walk all over that one.
I've seen someone without even General Kenobi going with Thrawn and Skywalker in a team. It's a pain in the ass. It can be beaten though, but I've seen people doing that, no tank at all. Just because it's just, but you have to know how to kill it, because if you do it with the wrong order, then the team will wipe any team.
I mean, on Arena, that's the one thing we've been, kind of neglecting lately is like we used to, tell you to have 2 Arena teams and climb on offense and leave one on defense. And now it's just, you got to gear up that EP team and throw it in there. And if you don't have EP, you're running something like what I'm running. I'm running the Mother Wampa team, and it holds fairly well in my Arena shard. It'll keep me into the top 20, top 30, and then I can climb back up into the top 10 at least.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, every Arena team has its kryptonite, and it's just finding the kill orders and playing the teams a couple times. Like, look at the new team concept, for example, like EP Thrawn Triumvirate. As soon as it got out the door, somebody crippled it right away. So I mean, it's just finding the kryptonite to what your Arena shard is really.
I run 4 teams on Arena, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we went from we went from the everyone uses Rex or everyone uses Maul, that type of stuff, to the rock paper scissors, to where you can take JTR and beat EP teams. You can, there's no real one main team you need to use.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like look at the JTR teams with Enfys Nest, for example. Those are great teams, but every team has its kryptonite.
And that's why I run 4.
Paul Morgan. Question: what event is best for refreshes?
Mythics.
Mm-hmm.
Mythics or the Talzin Wicked ones.
Yeah, get those extra Zetas.
Mm.
I don't think you can refresh the Zeta one. I meant the Shard one.
Yeah, you can't refresh the Zeta.
You can't
Oh, you
refresh
can't?
the Zeta
Oh,
one.
well, that sucks.
No, but you can refresh the ones that give you the shards, and it gives you a shard at a rate of 78 crystals per shard instead of 80, which is what you would buy them out of the shipment. So it's actually a reasonable price if you're trying to get them faster.
Oh, okay.
So here's our recommendation for CG today. Make the Zeta attempts refresh.
Oh, yeah, they ain't gonna do that.
No.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
What?
Even I don't want that. I like the
Did we
fact
just
that
did we just cuss on a lunch stream? This is like during the children's hour.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that, Finity? You're a bad man. You're a
I didn't curse.
bad man.
When did I curse?
You just
Listen,
said
big
no.
deal. Just because you're a big deal doesn't mean I'm always cursing.
There's a reason why I'm called Grande Patron.
Oh,
okay?
snap.
You don't want to know how big of a deal I really
Oh,
am.
snap.
Grande the big deal Patron.
I'm telling you, I'm such a big deal. Like,
he's such a big deal. He has Grande in his freaking name.
I'm such a big deal. Grande is in the name. I mean, that's it.
It's hard to argue with that. It really is.
That's science right there.
Oh my God, is it?
All right, let's do 2 more questions.
Well, it's good because we only got 2 more questions.
All right, perfect.
Oh, is how that works.
Thoka, question: how many porgs can Chewie eat before he is full?
Oh, it's going to be quite a lot. He's got a big appetite.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Did he supersize them? Are they supersized or are they regular size?
No, that's true. Yeah.
And are they baked, fried, or boiled?
Oh, jeez.
He roasts them. He roasts.
Yeah, so rotisserie, right?
Yep, rotisserie. So I would say about 10.
Yeah. But he has to take a little pause at number 5. Get him into his second stomach because Chewbacca's has 2 stomachs.
Next question.
Eil Salinas Riveros. Question: even though these tunes are used in other teams, how do you see this working? Hermit Yoda and Zombie Loop with 2 to 3 other adjustable DPS supports in Heroic Sith Raid Phase 2.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work in the raids.
There's a bug.
Hermit Yoda's Zeta doesn't work.
So it works, but there's a bug. So here's what happens. The start of Scion's turn starts up to 3 attacks. So he gets 2 attacks plus a 3rd attack. If Scion kills Zombie with the last attack, it'll trigger Hermit Yoda's ability. If he kills him with the first attack, Zombie will pop back up, but then it doesn't trigger Hermit Yoda unless he kills Zombie again before the end of the next turn. So unless your Zombie dies multiple times to the point where he dies on the last attack by Scion, it isn't registering Hermit Yoda's ability and resetting his cooldown so he can then re-add the buff. So for the most part, it doesn't work. I've tested it, and that seems to be the condition where it has to be the last attack of Scion's turn that kills Zombie. Otherwise, the death of Zombie does not trigger Hermit Yoda as unique.
You know, you can just call this player, too. This player's name is EI Salrev, by the way. This guy's in my ship shard, and he's freaking awesome. The player asking the question.
He didn't write that, Grande. We're not as big a deal as you to know his name in game.
I'm telling you, I give someone a compliment, and I talk about how this guy is awesome. Somehow it turns into Grande just thinks he's a big freaking deal, and I'm like, dang! I'm just saying our viewer is awesome, and he's from Chile, and he's awesome. Dang! And somehow I'm a bit. And somehow you got Grande's a big deal. Cricket. Well, we're here giving our viewers compliments. Oh my God!
We're happy that you're a big deal, Grande.
I'm telling you, so's my wife. Okay, so we're all.
By the way, if you go to Zazzle, we do have a new big deal shirt for you guys.
We do. That's right.
Nice.
What does it say? What does it say on the shirt?
It says we are kind of a big deal with of being spelled UD.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We are kind of a big deal. And you know what? You at home, you guys listening at home and playing and playing along on your own device, you guys are a big deal too. I just want to tell you that.
Lies.
Just not as big of a deal as Grande.
Yeah.
Everybody's a big deal. And everybody needs to know how about now. That's the whole thing.
How about now?
How about now? And guess what? You are a big deal. That's sitting at home, eating your lunch or hanging out with your wife and your kids while your wife watches reruns of Days of Our Lives that she recorded on TiVo. Whatever it is you're doing at home, I'm telling you, you are a big deal, and we appreciate you.
Days of Our Lives. Wow. Okay.
I'm not spreading lies. What are you talking about?
I didn't say spreading lies. I said Days of Our Lives. I haven't heard that show in a long time.
Oh, my wife religiously records that thing, and then she binge watches it on like Saturday morning, and I'm like, wasn't this the same plot they had like 2 years ago? Yeah, but that was with this other girl, the new girl, and I was just like, I'm like, honey, I'm so glad you like this. I can't get into it. I mean, I'm glad you like it, but I can't get into it.
All right. I think that's a good stopping point here once we start talking about Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. My God.
Next week, so and so is sleeping with this other so and so.
On Reality
Brought
Skewed
to you by
Gamers.
Next time on Reality Skewed Gamers, let's see who Ranger kicks out of the house.
It would probably be me.
That's it, Stoner Jedi. You interrupted Grande 7 times. How can you explain yourself?
I'm fed up with you making the house smell like pot all the time. You're out.
It's
and I'm going to tell you, the viewers have voted you off the island. Please pack up your things.
You are the weakest link. Get the hell out of here.
You are the weakest link.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, God is crying.
But you know, if you were kind of a big deal, you would not be the weakest link.
That's right.
Thanks, Grande.
Okay.
You see someone on the island who, like, share their vote, like, I vote for Grande. He thinks he's a big deal, but we're going to prove him wrong.
I'm such a big deal, I'll make my own island.
Oh,
nice.
Okay, so Dana, do you want to make the official announcement on your?
Oh.
Do you want to finalize it now? Give everyone one last chance to vote.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the VIPs, if you guys go into the VIP chat, there is a survey. And what is the survey about, Ms. Dana?
For the charity stream, I volunteered to dye my hair. I haven't dyed it for like a year and a half, and so it's kind of scary, but I figured it's something that I could do to help out, and it might be kind of cool and people might be interested. So we have pretty much every color, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, teal, purple, and silver, and black, I think. So whatever the top 3 choices are, they will then be voted on during the charity stream, and during the stream, I'm going to dye my hair. Whatever color is chosen.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you
Nice.
do it yourself, or do you have somebody help you?
Oh, yeah,
Or
no. I do it myself. For the longest time, I've done it myself. But I'm going to have to bleach it ahead of time. For every.
No, you bleach it ahead of time, and then you dye it? That means it's going to be super freaking intense.
Yeah,
Holy
because
cow.
right now my hair is black and gray.
Black and gray.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so for the VIPs, the survey is in the VIP chat. So go ahead and vote. And the final 3, which will be voted upon during the charity stream, will be announced on the Angel stream tonight, which Miss Dana is going to be on.
right.
So get those votes in now.
That's right. All right, so I think that's it for us today for the lunch stream. Thank everybody for joining us. Now, to remember, we're going to do a Battlefront stream here. Probably say like 2:30. We'll do a Battlefront 2 stream for a few hours. Once Vince said he had to go do something, and then he'll be back. And then tonight we've got the Angel stream. The good thing is I can just sit back as a viewer and just watch. I won't have to do anything. I don't know. Finn, I mean, you don't have to do anything. I don't know what to do with my. I mean,
We're better off not doing anything.
We're not going to do
normally
anything.
I troll, and I don't want Tits to kill me. I'm already in the doghouse.
Well, yeah, just don't mention Voltron. Voltron!
Voltron!
Oh my god, if the chat turns into a Voltron fest, she's gonna kill us.
Then I think we should do it. Our death will bring much entertainment and joy to tons of our fans.
Oh my god.
It wouldn't bring me joy because I have to help her dispose of the bodies.
Yeah, well, that's on you. That's not our problem.
That's on you,
Yeah. So.
You're stuck.
Remember the Angels, so we'll do a Battlefront stream here. Stay tuned. Then we got the Angel stream tonight. And if guys, the best way to know about this is to subscribe. If you're watching us all the time, then why aren't you subscribed? Then you can know, you get the little bell icon for whatever program you like that we do, and you can watch it and you know when we're streaming whenever. So we got the Battlefront 2 stream coming up, we got the Angel stream tonight, and then tomorrow morning we got the Jedi Academy. And then tomorrow night we've got the RSG Mature channel stuff. So I mean we got a lot of stuff streaming. You know, so yeah, go ahead, Dana.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Tonight we're also going to be celebrating my birthday.
Oh!
Hey,
Yay.
happy birthday.
Yep.
And happy birthday, Nukin. So double birthday celebration today. Happy
Nuke
birthday.
Everybody
like
better
1,000
listen.
years old by now.
Well, he's in, and when you're an immortal, the time means nothing. You know, I mean, let's just be real. But yes, also make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave comments. We love feedback, as long as it's constructive. Thumbs up gets the video out to more people, puts it at the top of the list. So every little bit helps. If you'd like to donate, of course, you guys know how. You got the super chat function at the bottom. You can become a sponsor up top. And then if you just want to skip the middleman and give right to us, you can do that on the support art channel on the YouTube homepage. We use all that money just to keep the show going, making it better, doing more stuff, getting bigger and better for you folks. So that's what we do with it. One day we'll make enough that me and Finn can sit back and buy hookers and blow for everybody, but we're not even close to that level of said.
Yeah, I know. We're so poor right now. Ranger's on medication and beer.
Yeah, pretty much. And I eat ramen noodles. Yeah, I eat a lot of ramen noodles.
And angels.
Can't forget
That's
the
what
ramen.
Ranger has.
Yeah, I mean,
medication, beer, and angels.
And the medication I have is old. I think it's expired, but I don't care. It makes me feel good. So
you see what we have to deal with. We need your help. For just $4.99 a month, you can help Ranger.
Really, help Ranger eat food. Because you know the government ain't gonna do it because they suck. I swear to God. Oh, let's not get started on that tangent. I'll really go off on a Ranger rant. You know.
Oh, don't worry, I'm Matt already.
Yeah.
I could help you out. We could really start a thing.
Yeah.
But it's noon. It's time to go. We'll say that for another day.
That's right. We'll rant about.
But Grande's fired to freak up right now.
I know. I could tell.
I'm fired to freak up.
All right. So everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll see either for the Battlefront stream or the Angel stream or both. So stay tuned for more fun action and fun times with the RSG crew. Take care, you guys, and we will see you later. Peace.